This year was about pushing our limits and exploring new areas. It was about getting to know ourselves and finding out what drives us. It was about pushing through challenges and having good times with good friends while making new friends along the way.
What did last season mean to me? It was really no different than all the others before it and all the others coming after it. It's part of me. It's who I am, and it's who I'll remain to be until I move on from this world. I am a hunter. We are hunters. It's extremely important to me that we look to the future, tastefully imagining generations to come having the ability to choose to have a hunting lifestyle for themselves.
Hunting is what fuels us, it is what grounds us, and it is what connects us. Hunting is where we come from, and hunting is where we will continue to go.
Live on the edge, 'cause brother, win or lose, it's all in what you do with the chance you're given. Yeah, through the wind and rain, you feel your heart pounding. You got one shot, what you got? Tell me what's it gonna be? You gotta make the most of this opportunity. On the edge.
The Edge is proudly brought to you by Quiet Cat e-bikes, Hornady, accurate, deadly, dependable, high mountain seasonings, G5 Outdoors, designed to hunt, Vortex Canada, the force of optics, Snowy Mountain Rifles, Prime Archer, where accuracy is everything, Canis Athlete, Be the Wolf, Kifaru International, Gear for Life, Victory Archery, the Carbon Arrow Experts, Wolverine Guns and Tackle, Novix Tree Stands, and these fine sponsors.
At Collegiate Sports Medicine, we have over 25 practitioners in physiotherapy, athletic therapy, chiropractic, and massage. We have 3 clinics, 2 in Red Deer, 1 in Olds, Alberta.
I want to take this opportunity to tell everybody watching at home what you guys do here, because I was blown away and had no idea that you had so many services.
You can see you kind of had more pressure on the outside part of your foot. So that's something that we will correct when the orthotics are made.
You're just gonna pull back like you're drawing back on it.
So pull back on this like I'm drawing a bow. I'm an outdoorsman. We'll put it right here, 160.
There it is.
We do custom bracing, custom orthotics, vestibular rehab, concussion services. We're dealing with people with sport-related injuries, workplace injuries, obviously hunting-related injuries, and anything in between.
Nobody will ever know it's only
Nobody's
10
gonna
pounds. I get to edit all of this.
Yeah.
What are we working on today?
Bow shoulder.
Take your shirt off. I'll be right back. You ready?
You said pants, right? I'm to the point where I believe that, you know, before I go on a big hunt, I kind of want to get in and get that oil change, that massage, that you're in good shape. You know you're in good shape before you head out. Mel, thanks for having me.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thanks for all the support. She's putting guys like me, old guys like me, back on the mountain.
Well, guys, here's to Steve. He's gonna need a ton of work.
Cheers.
We're up in Dawson City, Yukon. We're about to embark on a wild adventure, a sheep hunt up here with Reynolds Outfitting, and none other than Byron Wolf from Wolf Hunting Adventures, a good long-term buddy of mine, is acting guide this week. Byron used to guide here like 15, 16 years ago, so it's kind of a reunion for him. We finally got a look at this ram. We've been waiting for hours for this thing to get up, and he's a pretty good ram. He's beyond full curl on the one side. And
he's definitely a gray ram too, Steve.
He is, eh?
Yeah.
So he's starting to check all the boxes. That's gray ram, fannin, Yukon Stone.
This is a target ram.
I really want to bow hunt this ram, but they have been giving us the slip day after day after day. And we're seeing them. We're not seeing them in prime locations to get anywhere close to them. Let this be a lesson to all you boys and girls at home. They'll want to be sheep hunters. Bring your rifle. I'm caving fast. We've been rained on every day. We've been soaked. We've been in wet boots since day one. I know, boo, poor us. But we're sheep hunting. That's what it's all about. My hat is off to all those that kill the sheep. You know, Rye Johnson killed a smasher of a ram with his bow this year. Hats off to him. Hats off to guys like Levi Morgan. You know, one day when I grow up, I'm gonna be just like those dudes. All right. One day. One day. We're packing the longbow today. We tried our best with the bow, but day 8, and we got a grizzly bear hunt that's creeping up on us. Well, we've located our ram, but he is way down on the cliffs here now. We've had the opportunity to watch this ram a few times now. We saw him earlier today, way down off the cliffs. And it's absolute no-go zone up there, down there. And we thought, well, let's just come up here and wait.
We're waiting on a hope and a prayer, really, that he actually came up to feed or to water or both. And like 5 hours in, there he is.
329.
I'm gonna kill him. There he is. Running right there.
Take him, Steve. Put your hands on him, brother.
That's our target ram, all the way back from day 1.
Day 1.
I am completely thrilled.
12-year-old warhorse up here at Reynolds Outfitting in the Yukon. I'm really glad you could share it with me. Byron and I are tagged out on day 8 here at Reynolds Outfitting in the Yukon. Absolutely breathtaking. We are up in the Yukon, one of the last places that you can actually legally hunt the grizzly bear. I've got 2 guides, cameraman and myself, so we've got 4 sets of eyes peeling over this country. It's just an incredibly vast amount of country to look over. Lots of stalking, glassing and stalking involved in this grizzly bear hunt. We spotted this bear yesterday. Byron did, actually, from a long ways away with the binos. We got over here last night, thought we were gonna have enough time to make a play on him, but we made one wrong move. We couldn't get across the river where we came down. So this morning, game plan, we got up super early, came out here, and as soon as we got here, it started to pour rain, and the fog rolled in, and Byron said, we're gonna need a miracle to find this bear again. And sure enough, he picked him up again.
Yeah, he's over to the right. Looks like a great day for a hike.
We know exactly where he is, so we're gonna make our play on him now. Go, 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 go. Right behind the shoulder. Range. 174. He's coming back.
Greg, you on him? I can just see him under that tree.
He's down.
Sure looks like it. Holy crap, Steve.
A grizzly bear. After all these years. Look at that.
Holy claws, man.
Look at that.
Wow, Steve.
My first grizz. Pretty colors, look at this. G-bear. Check mark.
I'm your host, Joe Appel. This week, you're joining me as we chase bighorn sheep right here in beautiful British Columbia along the Fraser River. Our morning routine has been we wake up, make ourselves a quick breakfast, and then we hike in the hills above us. And all we're doing is we're glassing around. There's a ton of drainages everywhere. As the days went on, it became increasingly difficult to stay optimistic. Although we were seeing a lot of sheep, we were seeing the same rams day in and day out cruising the riverbanks with very limited sighting of new rams. We've been floating the rivers, we've been hiking high, we've been sitting and glassing the flat tops. We've covered, I don't know how much distance. Had a lot of luck, seen a lot of deer, seen a lot of young rams.
Hopefully the right one stepped over the edge. We're finding them, just not finding the right one.
Yeah.
Running out of light, and it was clear we weren't going to find a bull girl ram, so we decided we'd come back over here and see if we could turn up that nice muley buck we passed up on earlier. And we hiked up to where we left him. And he's bedded behind me right now. I've always been told never look a gift horse in the mouth. He's at 260 right now. I'm gonna swap the spotter out for the rifle. And we're gonna make some magic happen.
Good shot.
That's not the sheep we wanted on the hunt, but that is an absolutely gorgeous muley buck. Definitely my biggest to date.
What a dandy. Absolute beauty buck. Last day of our sheep hunt, and this dandy buck gave us an opportunity. We weren't having too much luck with the sheep, and I could not be happier with the way that turned out. And a great finish to a great hunt with some great buddies. So what I've done here is I've got the back straps, and we're gonna do bacon and eggs with some high mountain seasoning back straps for the boys to get the day started off right. Left a little bit of bacon grease here in the pan, and I've rubbed the back strap down with high mountain seasoning venison rub. And all we're gonna do is give them a quick fry on each side. Then we're gonna have bacon, back straps, and eggs for breakfast.
All right, Carl, how'd we do?
Pretty good. Tastes delicious. Nice and tender. Good spices. Have a bite.
Pretty sure those are tracks. I think I see two sets of tracks.
Gonna glass up into the hills, see if we can find some open chutes, maybe some bluffs the goat's been hanging out on. Realistically, we're probably just mapping out the area, trying to get an eye on some country we might head into tomorrow. We're gonna head up above camp here. There's a different drainage we want to check out. Country looks really promising. Good news is it's a clear, sunny day, so if the goats are out, they should be out in the sun. First section of trees, see the big rock bluff on the top right?
Yeah.
Coming to the trees down below. There's two goats walking in there, but we're never getting up there in a million years. This one section just had some real sheer bluffs below it that probably impassable for individuals with the gear that we brought with us. So there's some serious potential of avalanches out here with the snow levels right now. That adds a whole new layer of danger as we're going up into some of these zones. So we're gonna look at the maps tonight and kind of reassess what our game plan is. Maybe find something that still opens up into a similar zone. I see one goat standing in the open. We're finally into the goats. So far this morning, we've picked up 6 goats. Hopefully, we see more action as the sun starts heating up and they're coming out and stretching their legs in the sun. Finally, ID a nice billy, and right as we're trying to make a plan as to how we can get up to him. He turns around and starts heading straight up and over the mountain. And he was already in a chute that has some active avalanches today. It's going to be a serious push in the morning, but we've got one day left before the next big storm front rolls in. So time to put all of our eggs in one basket, head up there, and go for broke, as they say. We've pushed up first half of the hike we wanted to get done this morning. We made a quick stop to be able to glass and locate our billy before pushing up the second half. And we're not seeing him in the area where we left him, but we have spotted 2 new goats on a far ridge, but we're not sure if they're in an accessible spot. So right now we're in a bit of a tough situation trying to figure out what the right play is. Heading down in through here and up that is our only shot at getting this sucker right now. At this point, we have tried a few different routes and they weren't panning out. We don't have time to try any more routes.
Hunt's over.
Hunt's over. Tough pill to swallow. We finally located a good billy that we wanted to go after. We just didn't have enough time on the clock to get in there and make it happen. So all in all, good hunt, pushed hard, covered a lot of ground, and yeah, not the way you want it to end, but can't win them all. Back to the drawing boards for next year. Leaving some unfinished business up here.
Well, we started our mule deer hunt this year in southern Alberta. For me, this year, it was kind of one of those things where I just wanted to kind of travel. It was an opportunity to just see some new ground and see some new country. Back in some familiar stalking ground now. Red Deer River breaks. I've hunted this area for years and years and years. It's kind of cool to be back here. It's a mission kill a mule deer tonight. I think we got it kind of figured out. They're coming out of the river valley up a coulee and then into this flax field. We're gonna go in, get hidden, kind of make a little ground blind out of it. I thought we'd have a pretty good chance if they came out that these deer would be within bow range. But you know, we sat all the way, it was like almost last light. With 10 minutes of light left, I kind of snuck out from our little hide and took a little look around. And I looked down across the coulee on the other side into the stubble. And sure enough, a bachelor group of 4 bucks. 2, if not 3 shooters out there. Absolutely nothing on our side that we picked for tonight's in. So I was pretty stoked about finding these deer. We formulated a game plan for the next day, which consists of getting up super early. That's the target buck for right now. We're watching him now. He's big, he's wide, he's heavy. As it starts to get lighter and lighter and lighter, there's no question this is the buck. It's a bit of a gamble, but the only cover we're gonna have is the wind, and thankfully, the wind picked up pretty good today. It was perfect for a stalk. And we just kind of snuck right in, and all of a sudden I see a horn tip. I have a shot. I know I can make it. It's time to lock and load and let one go. I cut that arrow loose. I see it hit a branch and nosedive right in the ground in front of him. That deer picks his head up, doesn't even stand. Pull another arrow out of the quiver, load up again. Deer goes blowing out of this bush, over the edge of the coulee and out of sight. He's shot a little far back, but he's hurt bad. We sneak down over the bank, come up over the top, and sure enough, there he is, broadside, looking away from us, 25 yards. Send the third arrow right on the money, straight down to the bottom of the coulee. Wow. He's not gonna escape that one. We watched this buck last night, got on him again this morning, and just snuck in and got him in his bed. I mean, just awesome, awesome hunt. We went from the southern tips all the way to the northern tips, Alberta, in search of a good deer, and we found this one. Thanks for tuning into this week's episode of The Edge. I'm your host, Steve Ecklund.
The Edge is proudly brought to you by Quiet Cat e-bikes, Hornady, accurate, deadly, dependable, high mountain seasonings, G5 Outdoors, designed to hunt, Vortex Canada, the force of optics, Snowy Mountain Rifles, Prime Archery, where accuracy is everything, Canis Athlete, Be the Wolf, Kifaru International, Gear for Life, Victory Archery, the Carbon Arrow Experts, Wolverine Guns and Tackle, Novix Tree Stands, and these fine sponsors.